Well, I mean, initially, of course, it looked like it was a Russian missile because it was a Russian type of missile.
Yeah.
But it was relatively antiquated in the scheme of things and not the kind of sophisticated missile defence systems that President Zelensky has been calling for some time. So I think in some ways, it's going to strengthen his hand, and I'm sure he will receive more NATO support. You can see, by the way, that NATO countries are reacting, saying that this in no way is Ukraine's fault. This is a result of Russian aggression. And yesterday, of course, we saw 80-plus Russian missiles hitting towns and cities right across Ukraine. This is a real-world consequence of that. Ukraine is trying to defend themselves, missiles straying into the territory of a NATO ally.
Yeah, and you know, lots of people watching and listening at home thinking, God, is this the start of World War III? And clearly those leaders in Bali, the G20, they scurried around pretty quickly to try and find out what on earth was going on.
Well, there had been real concern and warnings to Russia right at the start of this conflict that a war raging in a democratic European country right on the borders of the European Union, bordered, of course, by NATO allies, had real potential to spill over into those.
And just to indicate, you know, just how close this was, and Poland, a member of NATO, and of course we've got both Article 4 and 5, which could result in direct military action being taken against Russia.
Yeah, there are multiple NATO countries really surrounding this area of Ukraine, bordering that country, and very concerned about their own security, which is why we've seen British and other troops going out to Ukraine, and not to Ukraine, but to those NATO countries bordering Ukraine as a message of solidarity and support to help them bolster their defences.
Yeah, these were the pictures in Poland, obviously, as they were trying to find what was going on. Well, I mean, that's defence abroad, and as we were saying, a packed news agenda with defence here at home also in the spotlight, which you're covering for us. MI5 issuing a briefing in the past hour?
Yeah, this is the Director General of MI5, the domestic intelligence service here in the UK, Ken McCallum, who has warned that state actors, including Russia, are in this for the long haul. He said that the UK faces aggression from Russia for years to come. This is not going to evaporate overnight, and his intelligence service and all the other UK governmental organisations and the UK government need to be prepared to take this fight really to the Russians for the long term. He said that they have really taken President Putin by surprise, though, by the way in which the West has been very resolved in dealing with Russia and ensuring that they are united, not just under the NATO umbrella, but individual governments have expelled Russian diplomats who they deemed to be spies. Now, he used a footballing analogy to talk about the threats from state actors such as Russia, China and Iran. He signalled out those three. And this is what he said. It was quite amusing in a way, but also sobering.
Russia thinks nothing of throwing an elbow in the face and routinely cheats to get its way. We've had success in getting some of their players sent off. And for now, they are a bit distracted by the blame game in their own dressing room. But they will keep attacking us. The Chinese authorities present a different order of challenge. They are trying to rewrite the rulebook, to buy the league, to recruit our coaching staff to work for them. And Iran will only let people support one team and is prepared to use violence against those who don't toe the line.